Welcome, 6th grade. Today, we finish up the chapter by talking about sedimentary rocks. We can see some examples from limestone to chert to arkose, shale, sandstone, conglomerate. We'll talk about what each of these is. Now, the last two groups had two ways to divide them into smaller parts. This one has three. But first, we need to see what sediments are. Sediments are loose materials such as rock fragments, mineral grains, and bits of shells and sand moved by wind and rain. They're broke down, little pieces come together, and we'll see what happens with them to make sedimentary rock. Where are sedimentary rock formed? Where already existing rocks, weathering and erosion occurs. Then the sediments are compacted and cemented together in layers. Last year we had Miss Haley, who is now in 7th grade, bring in a bunch of sandstone from her creek. So you can actually find this where the compaction of the water compacts those sand molecules together if you have creeks or other things. So get outside, look for some of these maybe. Now, is there any beginning or end to the rock cycle? Hopefully you're tired of me asking this question, so you know. No is the answer. All right? Any rock can become any other rock. How are sedimentary rocks classified? 3 groups. Formation. Composition. So the formation, is it by cementation and compaction? Or is it chemically? 2 different ways that they can happen. Composition, what they are made of. Items its sediments came from. Sediment size and shape determine name. All right, give you a chance on that. I didn't give you very long. You can pause if you need. All right. Now, how do I tell layers apart? Well, layers can be told apart by color, sediment size, and composition. All right? So, colors. It's as easy as imagining stacked colored paper. And in some rare cases, you see this very distinctive different colors as you go down through the sediment layers of these rocks. The other thing is sediment size. Are they all of a certain size? Are they smaller? Things like sandstone have grains of sand. Things like this conglomerate have these big chunks that are here. All right? All those things go into it. So color, sediment size, and composition. Now, detrical sedimentary rock. That should actually be a T. All right? I do not spell the best, and they always catch my mistakes for spelling here. So detrical sedimentary rocks. Here's how we know they're detrical. They're made from fragments of other rocks. The sediment size is the largest. That conglomerate from the last page, that was detrical. An example would be sandstone. You may want to remember the examples. I've given them on every slide, or every kind. You may want to look at those. Sandstone can look like this. You can see the many layers of sandstone, especially in areas like the Grand Canyon or those Red Rock National Park, other areas like that. There's a lot of sandstone in these areas. It is literally little bits of sand cemented and compacted together. There's another form. There's conglomerate up there. That's the biggest sediment sizes. Sandstone, some of the smaller. Then we have the chemical sedimentary rock. We in Redbud, if you don't have a water softener, may be very familiar with this. Fill a glass up with water. Let the water go away. And when you do, there's a ring of white crustiness on the top. That is because of all the minerals in our water. That would be chemical sedimentary rock forming on your glass. They're made from minerals left when water evaporates. An example would be limestone. Okay. Rock salt is another example. This is the stuff they put down on the roads to help melt snow, and you'll notice that white crust that after cars have been wet, they dry and it gets that white crust on the outside. That's the rock salt reforming after the water evaporates. All right? So, made from minerals left when water evaporates, limestone and rock salt are two examples. And we have one more item here, I think. Oh, excuse me, I forgot about all the pictures I put in for that. Now we have organic sedimentary. All right? We look at organic sedimentary. Organic means once living items or things that were made of carbon and other item, carbon. They're made from the remains of once living things. Means they're going to be mostly have carbon based. Examples, chalk. Chalk is the remains of those calcified sea animals and sea creatures and other things, those shells and bones, and other things that come together, and that calcite then forms and we have chalk. We have coal. Coal is that plant material that is then turned into a rock through pressure and all that other item. All right. We can look at our concept map and see how they're divided down. Sedimentary rock. Deedrical, largest sediments. Ooh, we have an example. Chemical, rock salt, limestone. Organic, once living organisms, chalk and coal. All those are types. Now there's one thing you should probably notice, the background. The background is sandstone with a fossil fish in it. All right? Sedimentary stones are known to be the stones that best hold fossils because those layers can build up pretty quick and then can have fossils in them. All right, guys, have a good day. Prepare for everything online.